fortify?
The missing pointer has been installed, and now the sundial should be complete.
So, the discs are rotatable now?
Yes. Align the correct markers with the pointer we just installed, and then you should be able to open it. Hold on. Remember when I said don't force it open? Crank that thing another 5 degrees, and not even Zhang Li Yao will be able to save it.
The earthly branches and 4 symbols. These symbols are related to the sexagenary cycle. It's an intricate way of recording time in Huanglong. Nowadays, it is mainly reserved for calendars, numerology, and indexing, but it's falling out of daily use. Now, what kind of information could it represent?
It's the filing system. Most of Huanglong's libraries and databases still use this method to organize their archives, namely the Grand Libraries.
Yes, the large data repositories located in Huanglong's major cities.
The Academy's public archives are organized in this manner too.
I found it! It's located on the way shelf. Mao Cheng Si, Wu Wei. Grover, it's here! There are 2 photos here. If I remember correctly, Zhenzhou was established during a year of Wei, several cycles ago. The Zhenzhou City Hall and Huashu Academy were built in the same year. The Gorges of Spirits battle sparked Zhenzhou's founding. And the formidable tacit discord described here? Rover, about the sugar pearl. Life has never been easy after the lament, but I still remember that sweetness from my childhood. The battle against that epidemic in Zhenzhou was grueling. Once infected, children either died or suffered lifelong disabilities, resonators or not. With tacit discords ravaging Zhenzhou and severing all communication with other cities, desperation ran high. Words are not enough to convey how desperate people must have felt. they resorted to self-experimentation with a newly developed vaccine, risking everything for a chance. If they failed, we owe our presence here to those who came before us. It's important to remember their sacrifices. If the sugar pearl points to the information and reports we have just read, what is Madam Magistrate trying to convey? Is it related to your past? Or is it... Are you saying that the information contained in the sugar pearl doesn't directly point to your identity? Rover, about the sugar pearl. What do you think, Rover?
Let's look back on what we've gathered so far. Our clues point to the sugar pearl as a key in solving the sundial's puzzle. Simply put, one token can lead to multiple targets, and one target may hold several pieces of information. We both had a reason for meeting. The magistrate had information to share, while I had questions to ask. However, her tokens contain both what she wants to tell me and what I want to ask her, making it seem like she is complicating matters. Or maybe she was running out of time. That's why she could only offer us scraps of the puzzle, instead of actually putting it together. Or perhaps she's indeed a master strategist, leaving breadcrumbs for us to follow. The initial she needed to ensure that those who may come across these tokens without understanding their true meaning would not be able to use them for access. If it were you, Yang Yang, what would you do to make sure the recipient gets what you mean?
I would emphasize my true message by repeating it again and again.
I'm back! I'm back! Finally done with my patrol. How's it going, Rover? Feeling...
Baiju said he is in great health. No issues to report. We made some progress in investigating the tokens, too.
Nothing special. A typical patrol. Well, Uncle Chang's cat climbed a tree, and on its way down, it landed on Uncle Chempi's head, causing him to take a tumble. Some dogs kept barking and have been scaring the passers-by, so I went there to calm them down. I received a report about someone going missing. I just logged the case and talked to the person who reported it. You're not the one they're searching for, though. Anyhow, I need to visit the person who reported the case tomorrow. Oh, I also tried searching for Rover's terminal number, but the system came up with nothing. The latest record was from today when I took Rover for registration. It's the middle of the night. Of course you're tired. All right, I still owe you a meal. The night markets are closed, though. Let's grab breakfast at Panqua's restaurant tomorrow before my shift.
Do you have a place to stay, Rover?
Talk about hospitality. Boy, I wonder what it's like to live in the city hall. All right, enough chatter or the sun's gonna come up. Let's get Rover back to the city hall, and we'll leave the rest till tomorrow. good morning. 3 bowls of... What did I tell ya? Nothing beats a bowl of spicy noodles in the morning.
What do you say, Rover?
Looks like Bijur's locked herself in the lab again. Hasn't left since yesterday. Bet we won't see her till she's done with her research. No, wait. Since you're the subject of that research, we could use you as bait to lure her out. We can tie you up at the Academy's entrance, and with just a few tugs of the rope, I bet every researcher will come running at you with Bijur leading the pack. Hook in case of an emergency. Rover, roll out! By the way, now that we've figured out the sugar pearl and the sundial, all that's left is that weird leaf and run-of-the-mill mangosteen, right? So it only took us 1 trip to the Academy to solve half of our problems. Either Rover's really smart, or Madam Magistrate was gonna make it easy for us to begin with.
What's our next plan of action, Rover? The access pass may be another hint. There are usually no checkpoints set up in the city besides at City Hall. The pass isn't required unless you have to leave the city borders.
Now, why didn't I think of that? Gotta hand it to you, Yang Yang. It's a no-go for me if you're leaving the city. My shift's coming up. Protect Rover well, and shoot me a message if you need anything, all right, Yang Yang? I believe in you.
Without a doubt.
Great food, great value. Come take a look. Welcome. We've got a variety of produce here. Thank you for shopping at Maha's. Your order is ready. Thank you for shopping at Maha's. Your order is ready.
We resonators can boost our combat abilities with special items. Our echoes can use them too. If you feel like it, head to Instructor Yan at the training camp for extra practice and to get these enhancement items.
I will be there for everyone as we head toward our shared...
Let's reach farther destinations together.
Yang Yang, did you hear that? Is that someone crying and wailing?
That should be the Midnight Range's training camp. Let's not worry about it, Shisia. Instructor Yan is in charge of training new recruits. I heard he's pretty tough, but I think Rover can handle anything he throws at him.
Combat isn't just about strength. You need skills and wisdom too when facing enemies on the battlefield. You there, looking to put on some training? Good training keeps you sharp. The enemies won't go easy on you out there.
Defense at the city gate has been strengthened. It was...
Access pass is required if you're heading to the Norfall Barrens. That place is now off limits. What is your business, young lady? It's my third shift, and you're still here.
Oh, you must be the soldier on duty at noon yesterday. Nice to see you again. I'm a resonator and a trained martial artist. I can handle myself. Please, I need to go look for someone. I've promised the missing man's grandfather to bring him back. Would you let me through?
Be that as it may, I cannot let you, given the current circumstances. My apologies.
Well, everything seems fine in the city. Are things really that bad on the front lines?
That's why we must stay vigilant, so people in the city can go on peacefully with their lives. Besides, General Jian is currently there at the Norfall Barrens base. Dangerous as it is, he will keep an eye on every soldier, including the one you're looking for. We have already sent a report on your case. You could just go home and wait for the good news. What's the point of staying here?
Thank you, but I have already asked the patrol station for help and tried every method I could think of. Please let me through. I promised him, so I gotta give it my all. I understand your concern. I don't want to be a bother. Would it help if I hid my presence and stayed somewhere further away? How about 5 miles? Or maybe 100? Well, 1,000 might be too far, though. I wouldn't be able to see you clearly.
Listen, nobody knows when the soldiers will return, and even if they do, you might not find the one you seek. It's a dangerous road ahead if you want to reach the front lines, and you don't even have an access pass. Your access pass has been verified. Just you two?
Thank you for your help. I really appreciate it. I intend to leave the city with them, and they have agreed. Will it be an issue for you?
Well, it says you have the highest level of access, so no procedural issues here. Honestly, he could lead an entire troop out of the city with that access pass, and no one would question it.
Sure.
So you're looking for the relative of a veteran, and you believe he's in the Midnight Rangers camp in Deseret Highland?
Mm-hmm, exactly. According to what I've gathered, Mr. Zhang Ye's grandson is very likely in the Deseret Highland. Thanks to your help, I can finally leave the city to find him. Of course.
Bad timing. Hopefully this helps. Strike from the shadows. Leave it to me. Hopefully this helps.
You don't look like soldiers. Why are you here? The frontliners are right up ahead.
I am Yang Yang, an outrider of the Midnight Rangers.
A missing person. Juyan. The one you're looking for. Is he an average person? Not a resonator, I suppose.
Yes. Have you seen him? Is he all right?
I met him once. He's not officially enlisted, but he seemed determined to join us. He's been secretly following our troops since last year. I think a quartermaster of the rear guards escorted him away, so if he's not in the city, he must be in the rear guards camp. He can't be anywhere else. The actual front lines are right up ahead, and we, the Midnight Rangers, would never allow non-servicemen to approach.
Thank you.
Now, if you're heading that way, I have a request for you, my outrider comrade. On your way there, you should run into 2 detection beacons. They just went offline. Could you go check on them?
Sure, we will.
Great. I'll send the coordinates to your terminal.
Is that the beacon? Why are there so many people?
They don't look like soldiers.
Greetings. What might interest you here? It's dangerous.
Oh, nothing really. You see, we're just on our way south to the city.
Excuse me, about this detection beacon.
Run, everyone!
I can't move. So hungry.
Please don't arrest us! We really had no choice.
What happened? Do you need help?
The battles are getting real bad up north, and we couldn't live there anymore. Figured we have to go back to the city. We ain't eaten in ages, and we're broke. Some of us can barely move, because we're so damn hungry. Then we found some expensive-looking stuff here. Now that the military's out there fighting and nobody's really using these things, we thought it might get us a few pennies.
A damage detection beacon might result in a sudden TD invasion from the direction it covers. Our frontline troops would face attacks from both sides. Have you thought about the consequences?
We ain't got the time for that. we don't steal, we'd starve to death before the tacit discords kill us.
You shouldn't be stealing public property. Please, return the parts. There's still some distance from here to Jinzhou City. Here, you can have my flatbreads. Oh, and here's some money. This should be enough for you to reach the city.
You're giving us all of these? Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, you! Come over and say thank you before you eat.
It was nothing. Master once told me, the sage takes care of all men and abandons none.
Watch out!
Surrender your stuff.
I just helped you. Why did you attack us?
You're not feeding us all with your bread and pennies. Hand over your goods and grub, or face the consequences. We ain't messing with no kids, but don't test our patience. Just do as you're told. Don't make it tough on yourselves, or you'll be lucky to leave in one piece.
We're begging you, stop! We surrender! Take us in!
Why did you attack us when I already gave you food and funds? Do you have other mouths to feed, aside from what we see here?
They seem trained. These are not ordinary people.
Of course we're ordinary people. We just joined the exiles recently. We done some wrongs. I tried to run from the patrollers and left the city, but dang, didn't know the battles up north were so crazy. Our new boss ran out of food before we could even figure out the camp. Figured we'd be better off just to go back to the city and get locked up.
Then we ran out of food and cash halfway, so we turned to thieving. We ain't got the balls to rob the army, but with stuff just sitting around, why not? Hey, since you're being so generous, how about you throw a little extra cash our way? There's a bunch of us, some injured too. Your first amount ain't gonna cut it for us to...
Wait. What I gave them was enough for them to make it to Jinzhou even when they are so many. I used to travel alone when I left my master. I know how much it takes for someone to survive.
Hey, what's wrong with you, girlie? It won't hurt to give us more.
Pain comes with coveting. He who knows he has enough is rich. It was only meant to sustain you long enough for you to reach the city.
You don't understand, girl. You don't make money very easily in a time like this. If we can't find jobs in the city, we're gonna starve again.
I came from a seclusive place, learning the ways of the world from scratch. It's been a hard time, but even I have managed to make a living with my own hands. If you really can't find any job in the city, come to Liu Xian Tea House and ask for Jian Xin. I will gladly help you search for jobs and work alongside you.
Fine. We'll go. Hurry, move, let's get out of here. I'm not listening to this lecture anymore.
No, I wasn't trying to... Wait. Please put that down.
Quite the sharp eye you got. Fine, here you go.
Is this the only detection beacon you messed with?
Heck yeah. The first one we were trying to steal and you bumped right into it.
Really? Then why does that one over there seem broken too?
That ain't got nothing to do with us. It's been that way for ages. Plus, we ain't ever reaching it with all those thorns.
I see. You may leave now. The military's base is not far from here. Shall we fix the beacons before going?